You with a suitcase.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
Oh dear, is Eddie dead? Oh no, there he is. He's back. He's back, hanging on for dear life, but he's back. Oh, and I'm very pleased to announce that his camera's doing the thing this week. The possessed camera. So if I'll just be going every now and again during the thing.
Power of Christ compels you. Power of Christ compels you.
2, 3. All right, now, so first of all, hello, welcome to the Flash and Blade podcast. That's us, by the way. Yep. And I've got 2 emergency questions I need to ask. One, has anybody got any decaf tea? Tea bags, preferably. If so, could you email to me? And the second one, this is an important one. Is having 3 lamb curries, mushroom rice, and a particularly delicious strawberry cheesecake 3 times in 1 week too many times?
Never.
No.
Not at all.
Never.
Okay, this is good. I'm putting it down to the steroids, but there we go. Anyway, yes, I'm sure that down there is our Brian. Looking particularly smug. The whole Biden sheen hasn't rubbed off on him yet.
No.
Rubbed off on Mr. Ball, though. And also...
Mr. Ball rubs off on
from another country that isn't the America, it's Eddie.
Okay. Hello.
Eddie's from
Hi,
Ireland.
Yes, to be sure. To be sure.
Right then, how's your week been, Brian?
It's been excellent. It's been wonderful.
Why?
No, it's like there's a clear air in America now. You know, people are breathing again.
Brian, some words of wisdom that I have actually been doling out online to people who've been saying foolish things like that. Do not test 2020.
Oh, I know. There are still 70 days of hell that can be inflicted upon us. Yeah, yeah. We've seen the moves being made already.
It's Radox the Orange!
Radox! Orange!
Dude! How's it going? Right, so you're basically wafting along like the Bisto kids.
Yeah.
You'll have to lower
We're
up.
still drunk over here with excitement and happiness.
As opposed to drunk with power.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That was the previous administration.
I think anybody who decides to be president must have a certain amount of... He must have quaffed from the glass of power a little bit.
Oh, there's more than a little ego involved.
What? What do you want? Seems like Mosh has decided tonight is the night he's going to moo. Actually, does it all the bloody time now. It's getting ridiculous. It's for attention. Eddie, how's your week been?
It's been just a normal week for me. Just busy, work, stuck in a house. Still in West Central Scotland, to be sure. We're still level 3, but with any luck, we're trying hard.
Cast a couple more fireball skills. Couple more fireball skills.
Come on, level 4.
Level 4.
Just roll those dice.
You can do it.
Oh, we will. Level 4. Here it comes.
Oh, we're completely locked down. Oh,
yeah, but level 4. We join you, so don't be long. We'll be there.
Good-o.
We're almost there too.
My friend, actually, no, I think I saw it on Facebook. I might have even mentioned it last week. But basically, sort of having a lockdown and having the schools open is like basically designating a peeing area in a swimming pool.
Absolutely. This is mental.
So, yes, so that's cheerful news.
We're Scottish. We go for the highest heart rate. We go for highest cholesterol rate in Europe, so might as well go for level 4 as well.
Alcoholism.
There are actually some schools in America that are closing for the year already.
Is this the
Considering
Biden effect? Or states effect?
Interesting. Okay.
Our national football team qualified for a tournament for the first time since 1998.
Yes, you did, didn't you?
We did,
You
yes,
good
yes.
little Scots people. Well done.
We scored a goal. We scored a goal.
Nice.
Oh, Radox, I'm so sorry we didn't know. But,
Well, congratulations on being here.
what Brian said, but more tactful.
Yeah.
I don't have access to chat. How's Radox okay?
Yeah, apparently it's 3 years ago today since he had his stroke. You learn things about people, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here, mate. We really are.
It's a very
Yeah.
good thing. Yeah.
I'm recuperating and recovering, and long may it continue.
Yeah, quite right too. Damn straight.
We couldn't do this without you. We'd just be on our own.
Yeah, you're the only one who comes in and
know.
talks to us.
You're pretty much our audience. I mean, we just do the show just for you.
Yeah, this is a
You
really
look
personal
after
show.
yourself, Radox. Yes.
Right, where were we? Hey, the wheelchair story.
Yes, please.
Right.
You've
Yes,
teasing
you've
us
teased
for
us enough
last-
about
for
this.
2
Yes,
weeks.
I meant to tell you about it this week, on the last show, but I forgot. Oh, I'm pleased. That's good, Redox. He's okay now, Eddie.
Okay, good.
Brilliant, Radox.
So yeah, as we know, I rented an electric wheelchair because I was so screwed, and then they wouldn't give me the wheelchair because I had to have a ramp, and they charged me 60 quid for the ramp. Right, this is good. Still couldn't use the wheelchair because I needed an indoor ramp as well. So the lady brings the indoor ramp in and puts it there. And I managed to do it. I'm hopeless at steering the damn thing, especially backwards. It's
Don't worry, I'll ride up with me.
quite
I'll
right
have to
too.
get you one of those beep, beep, beep things.
Warning, wide person reversing. And
Podcaster reversing.
Oh, dear.
Podcaster reversing.
oh no, I might get confused with a hipster. That would be
Oh, don't,
worrying.
No.
Anyway, so I managed to go over to the road for the first time. You know, finally got the wheelchair going, got out of the house. It's brilliant. It's wonderful. Going to the local cafe. They're doing takeaway only, and I miss those guys. Go in there. First time I've seen them in weeks. Order a coffee. I'd left my purse at home.
Oh no, no.
If that isn't the cherry on the bloody top of the whole damn thing.
Did they make you do the dishes?
He said, oh, what choice have I got? I paid him back. But, oh, man. And the little coda to that is that OT, occupational therapy, came to fit a wider ramp with a grip on it. Unfortunately, it's too wide. It needs to be just a little bit narrower. But, yes, I've got to send that email, haven't I? Yes. So there we go. That is hopefully the end of the wheelchair story.
No, hopefully it's the beginning of the wheelchair stories. You're out,
Yes.
you're about. Yes, hopefully it's the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes, very much so.
I know how
I
you
was-
can make some spare money. We attach a shovel to the front of it.
You're
And you could
obsessed
go
with this.
You could go door to door in, shovel people's walks for like $5-10.
Young Miss
You know,
Plow,
no
that's
trouble.
my name. That name again is Young Miss Plow.
Mrs. Plow.
Mrs. Plow! Yes, that's perfect! We found your new business.
It can't go out in snow, and it's not supposed to go out when it rains. It's a bit
Supposed-
limited.
Oh, it'd be pointless coming to Scotland with it then.
It's only
Not
got 15-mile
supposed
range.
to. Come on.
Oh, dear me.
You know enough evil geniuses, we can waterproof that thing.
That's yeah. I'd carry it back. Right, hang on. Let's do this thing because that's what we're actually here for. Right, friends, now from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who. Oh, it's farty sounding. The Doctor with the pleasant open face and his plucky girl assistant Nissen of Traken are basically, they're pottering around the TARDIS, repairing things, making sure that the scanner has audio again. It's a scanner, Chris Bidmead, not a viewer. And then suddenly all hell breaks loose because they're going near somewhere called the Ark of Infinity. Oh, yes, it's the story with some of the fartiest music going. Right. It's the opening story for the 20th anniversary season, which we got promised old foes for every single story. 3 of them were the Black Guardian. And the Daleks, unfortunately, were strike disrupted. Be interesting, fascinating to see what the Peter Grimwade directed version of Resurrection of the Daleks would have been like, to be fair. Because, he did Earthshock. So, what can we say about this? Forget about all the mystery and pomp and ceremony of the Time Lords now. It's basically just a boutique, is Gallifrey, with soft chiffon and plastic chairs and... how the mighty have fallen. Yes. This is a victim of 1980s-ism. I think that's a word. It is now. And it is unfortunate. And Series 20 isn't my favourite anyway. Not by a long stretch. So, Ark of Infinity... I remember watching it. And even then, somehow I knew something not quite right here. So, after that glorious introduction, which one of you wants to go first?
I'll give it a wee shot. So you come into this one and you think it's got so much promise. We've got the return of Omega.
Spoilers.
Sorry, I'm actually doing people doing them a service. Power of price compels you. Power of price compels you. I'm not doing it enough.
Oh dear God, I'm so sorry, Eddie.
I think we've discovered Siobhan's Portsmouth Symphonia. So again, such promise. We've got Gallifrey, and it's the whole Time Lord espionage. We've got the return of... I'll not do the Omega joke again, because it just...
An impulse laser? Sorry.
We've got... It's the whole thing around the what's the vortex thing? The
Matrix.
The Matrix.
Oh, he's earned one! He's earned one! There it is!
Had it on standby. There we go.
He's earned one. Oh, the vortex thing. Wow, we were stabbing in the dark there, weren't we?
It is some of the most mind-numbingly bad special effects you're going to see, and even for the time, I think we could argue.
Yes.
Come on, we can blatantly see they're sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
It's like if you've seen Superman 5, where you've got Superman fighting Nuclear Man in some of the scenes in space, and they're quite blatantly just standing on a green floor, and it's downward project. It's that bad. We have them not being studio bound. They're in Amsterdam.
Yes, they made a big deal of it at the time.
Yes, and so the promise, and Amsterdam, one of the most exciting cities in the world. Well, it used to be. And we knew they were in Amsterdam because every fucking 5 seconds we got a bad rendition of Tulips from Amsterdam. Just in case you didn't know they were in Amsterdam. Then we have Omega. Now, Omega, the big bad from the 10th anniversary.
What is this?
Yeah, it's a huge threat to to everything. I mean, it's like the whole antimatter.
Well,
and
yes, exactly.
dark matter. And they try and introduce pathos to him because all he wants to do is to come back and be accepted. And there's a little child in the streets of Amsterdam when he takes the form of the Doctor and there's a smiling back at him. No, it's Omega. It's just a mess. It really is just it has all the elements that could be a classic story, and it's just bland. And it's shame on them because this could have been great. Siobhan, you're our historian. Was there a budgetary issue? Was there strikes at the time? Was there a writer's strike or something?
No, it was written by Johnny Byrne. Done a lot of All Creatures, but also done a fair bit of Space 1999.
Wow, big fan of Space 1999. So
he'd also previously written The Keeper of Traken.
season 2 or season 1 of Space 1999, perchance.
Certainly season 1.
Well, I mean that's the season, so that's the go-to. So again, it goes back to all those things then, including Johnny Byrne.
They lost the magic in Series 20.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some good stories there. A lot of people rave about Snake Dance now. It's not one of my personal favourites,
No, I don't
but
mind
I
that
can
one.
understand. I can
That
understand their
scared me as a
argument.
child. That one's
Mordred Undead is the crowd pleaser, but even that lacks a certain something.
But you know, there is one saving grace. So the very last scene where Tegan comes back, and she announces to the Doctor, "Oh, I've been sacked. I can come back with you." Peter Davidson's face just expressed how I felt at the time as well. I am not a Tegan fan. She did whine, she bitched, she moaned, she didn't want to be there, complained all the way through it. So if I was Peter Davidson out of the Fifth Doctor at the time, my face would probably have been somewhat similar. Because he just does not want her to be there and cannot hide it. I thought that was quite funny and charming. But again, elements here for a classic, and it just didn't work. It just didn't gel.
It did feel cheap. You're right.
Yeah, the scenes in the Matrix vortexy thing. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Gallifrey looked cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, no,
Look at-
that wasn't Gallifrey. That's the Citadel.
yeah, all right. I'll give you that. The capital,
But-
actually, but there we go.
But look at that. Look at the Citadel with the Capitol during Deadly Assassin, and it was just,
It was just darkness, wasn't it? It was just, yeah, very different look to it back then.
and I don't mind the Fifth Doctor. I know I honestly don't mind the Fifth Doctor, and I think he did some classic stories, but just this wasn't. This and the one that preceded it just didn't.
Yeah,
Just no.
I think they put the two together in one set. Time Flight and Arc of Infinity. Yeah, feel the fear.
Yeah, the one disc you can forget on buying.
Yes.
Well,
Or
it comes with the
completed
Blu-ray
something.
set, unfortunately.
Did
Oh,
it come with enhanced special effects? Like, did it come with special effects?
The special effects on Omega when he became human, you could tell actually when they switched out from
Oh,
Peter
sure.
Davidson to some other blonde guy. Just so you
that
can
was-
have them both in the same shot.
what was the Ian Collier. That was the actor's name, and I think he's actually voiced Omega for Big Finish. I should point out that the Big Finish story Omega, which is part of their 40th anniversary celebrations, is well worth a listen, especially for the twist. It's yeah. So yeah, well, thank you, Eddie. Brian.
Yes, This episode had so much promise. It had so many hooks. It had so much that it could be. And it missed each and every single freaking one of them.
That is a talent. That is a talent.
That alone should give, they had all this. And they completely missed the mark on everything. These people will have to be, geniuses at something. Not this, but something. What else can we say about the plastic chairs on Gallifrey?
Cheap.
The wooden fire sale.
Yeah.
Trixie. Apologies.
Just the whole... Perhaps we should have just had a conversation with the doctor instead of locking him up. Planet full of geniuses.
There's one thing I forgot, but I'll let you get to it, Brian.
Well, I've discovered that 6 really hates 5.
That's it. Out the park. Well done, Brian.
He says that's how he got the job.
By hating on 5? Yeah, okay.
I as we are talking about Commander Maxwell, can we just mention the extremely fine example of millinery he carried clucking underneath his arm? A remarkable hat.
That was a remarkable hat.
Yeah.
Especially for the plastic toy Roman breastplate they had on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was great. Hello, I'm the doctor. Really, bang. Shoot.
Now the thing is,
it's time to regenerate.
the thing is, they'd actually, for Arc Infinity, they'd created an actually really interesting character in the Castellan, who was really well played, and had obviously had his own little things going on. Came back in the 5 Doctors, and gets killed.
Yeah.
Now he could have been a very good ongoing character that they visit every now and again. That could have given them story options,
and it would have been the perfect foil.
Yeah,
but no. And do we have to get into Tegan's cousin?
I was trying not to. I really try not.
I can't remember if that's Andrew or Colin.
Colin was the cousin, and Andrew was Colin's
cousin that got turned into the hideous 80s space zombie.
Oh, did you like the antimatter chicken?
Only if it's deep fried.
Oh, now you're talking. Yes.
And you had Andrew, who was sitting there with on his face the entire freaking episode.
Andrew was just... I mean, did he really need to be so nasty to that poor receptionist? He was just trying to be nice.
Right? Did he really need to survive the entire episode? I don't
She's
think
not
so.
answerable to for the Amsterdam police force's incompetence. Just be nice.
It's his own damn fault he lost his passport.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not that big of a deal.
Just go to the embassy.
Say, I lost my passport. This is who I am. Help me. It's not that big of a deal.
By the way, there's a big scary chicken chasing me. Can you help?
There's a giant bone chicken after me.
Oh, the Ergon.
And really, that was probably his pickup line with Tegan.
Do you want to choke my chicken?
There's a giant bone chicken after me. Help me choke it.
23 minutes, 30 seconds we lasted.
Oh, Brian, virtual high five.
Preverts, the pair of you.
Oh, just what the hell is she doing in Amsterdam visiting her cousin who's traveling? He's traveling. You don't go visiting. It's not that hard.
Well, there are other attractions in Amsterdam.
There are.
Yes.
Not your cousin who's on, holiday. Bumming around Europe.
I think
By
Tegan...
Colin looked as if he'd actually been participating in some of the special attractions.
I get the feeling they spent a while in a cafe
That's how they
somewhere.
got the zombie
Yes.
look. Yeah.
Yes.
He
had the special brownies.
The very special ones, yes indeed.
Yeah.
I tried to be very positive. Well, not very positive, but positive on this show. I don't like slagging things off. I can't think.
Go ahead, defend it. We dare you.
I can't defend it because everything you've said has been right. It was all there, and somehow they screwed up the mixing of it.
The fact, John Bum. I mean, so he, big space. My ringtone, my alarm in the morning is season 1, Space 1999. I mean, like some of the best sci-fi written is in Space 1999 season 1. Shame on him, but we all have our bad days. I didn't have a particularly good week at work last week. It just sometimes you just
Kept Omega
strike and you-
around for the entire season. Draw it out. A little foil him, he comes back. A little foil the plot more, he comes back again.
have an
You
arc.
would have had
Drip
the
feed the
Castellan
Castellan
You
in
would have
there.
had the head of security trying to kill his past self again. It would have been fine. No.
I had a proud moment watching it though, because my wife said that's 6, and I was like, yeah, seriously. So I've got my wife identifying references and touch points in Doctor Who, courtesy of this podcast.
And
She'll probably
you're
divorce
proud
me
of
by the end
this?
the month.
Going to say,
Yes.
is this something? I mean, this is cruel and unusual punishment. I think.
Can you have a pretend divorce?
Well, you got to pretend woman, so
Oh, and I'm in complete agreement with Eddie about the final look on Peter Davidson's face.
Oh,
Great. God damn it! I just had to blow up one of you.
so
Now you're coming back.
Arc of Infinity completists only, I would say. I wish I could say it had a saving grace.
If you like the underground pump houses of Amsterdam,
Recreated in
this
the
is
BBC
the episode
studio.
for you.
If you like organ music, pipe organ music,
yes.
yes. in a square in Amsterdam, the hurdy-gurdy-wordy. It's not hurdy-gurdy at all.
If you
I
like
loved
Black
how the
Spy
doctor
Graves.
kept picking the exact wrong direction to keep going during the entire chase.
Yes,
Here, down here. Oh, wait, no, it's this way.
they're trying. They're trying there. They really are trying to. Ah, well.
No, he's fine. He's fine. Come on, we gotta go. No, he's fine. Come on, we gotta go.
Would it surprise you to know that I've not seen every Doctor Who episode?
That would shock me.
That I have not seen every
Oh
existent
my god,
or
my
extant.
face just went Colin.
It's coming in the post.
My head's way too
No,
big.
put it up. You earned this one. You earned this one.
Going on the
Says,
screen,
says who?
Brian.
We voted.
You and Mr.
Oh
Ball.
no, you're on your own. I
You-
don't
Mr.
want
Ball here.
another arc in Infinity. Just
You
I'm
see,
reversing it.
this is a very unfortunate situation here. Oh dear.
Which ones have you not seen? Obviously, the missing episodes. Is that what you're referencing?
No, it's not. There's a couple of Hartnells I haven't seen.
Oh, now you really shocked me.
Afraid so.
Wait. I've gone full Colin.
Off the scale, Colin.
Oh, Eye Level by the Simon Park Orchestra, Radox. I love that piece of music. It was one of those pieces from your childhood that sticks in your head. Yes, so we're going to look at the Keys of Marinus.
Let me write it down.
Yeah.
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was the 5th. Or have I got that the wrong way around? No, I think it's the 5th. The 5th Doctor Who story.
Wait, is it more Peter Davidson?
No, it's a William Hartnell.
Oh,
Oh.
Is it? Sorry, Brian, but what can I say? If you're willing to dish it out, and you're not me,
I'm okay with it. Bring it on.
that's all I'm saying.
Let's see what
It's
you got.
well,
what you got. You
exactly
regenerated,
the
so let's see
same,
what-
exactly the same graphic as I had before. Like I say, anything else is too much effort.
You've regenerated. Come on, let's see what you got now. Come on. It's clobbering time.
seconds out.
You see what I
Oh no!
did there?
Don't bring Ben Grimm. Don't bring the
See
thing.
what I
into
did
this.
there?
This-
That's
this
right.
is- oh no! I can see Marin is reverting back to Davis. No! No things. No Ben Grimm references. No Spider-Mans. No Uncle Ben's.
Look at Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Oh, wait, no. Ooh, too soon? Too soon?
The power of price compels you. The power of price compels. I've got the Exorcist.
It's the
rewatch,
desperation in his voice and on his face. That's what makes it.
That was a hard watch. This
I
week.
want to
That
keep
was
it
a
up
real
going
hard
just to
watch.
see how bad Eddie.
You've really missed these role playing torture sessions, haven't you, Brian? You really have.
Oh, dear me. Right, yeah, so The Keys of Marinus. Now, I've only seen the first 2 episodes of it. That should tell
Why,
you
though?
something.
What's the circuit? Oh, right, it's that good.
Oh joy! This will be something I'll watch at work.
It was a brave attempt at doing an anthology, essentially a different story every week, for about, I think it's 6 episodes, yes, but with an overarching story within it. And they stretched themselves, to be fair. They really did stretch themselves. I think they'd come off the back of Marco Polo, unless I've got that mixed up with the Censorites. That's the other one I haven't seen. Again, first 2 episodes. So, yeah.
Is
Enjoy
there a
it.
bad in this? So we've had the springy spring that presented a button from getting repressed.
There's implied.
wrench.
There's an implied sex pest. In fact, it's not implied at all.
We've got nonce. That's okay.
Yeah, the nonce is turning up and going after Barbara. It's not good. Also, scholars have tried to get Peter Davison's reference to something that scared him when he was little, about these figures in ice coming alive. And a lot of people went to with the Sidemen, but most people who are wise and know these things, but are still wrong about the gunfighters. It's from the Keys of Marinus, when the ice soldiers awake. It's after Marco Polo, but I can't remember if it's the Censorites. Hang on, I've just reread what you said in a different way of saying it. Right, okay, that's
the
good.
Censorites.
The Sense Sphere, next to the Ood Sphere. They are. Yes, anyway, what were we saying? Yeah, this is next week's we're supposed to be talking
Yeah.
rather than this week's. Oh dear, the big finish. Now. War Master, Heart of Darkness.
Here, let me rev up my truck.
Yeah, basically. The Master puts together a team for a heist. He needs to get to a particular planet, but because of the Time War, if he uses a TARDIS, the Daleks will pick it up. So he needs to get in using more conventional means. Like I say, he puts together a team for a heist, and that's essentially the first story of, okay, what's the Master after? He's after the Doctor, who's on this planet. The second story is a bit more soap opera-y, though still confined to one ship, basically, and ends with a bit of a twist. The third story has the Master basically playing Baron von Frankenstein, or Frankenstein, depends how you say it. And it explains the ending of the previous story. The fourth story is them tying all the bits together. Hey, I got it right. Thank you, Radox. Brilliant. My memory is there somewhere. Who'd have thought it? Anyway, yeah, so the final one sort of puts it all
I'll
together.
take this back now.
And whatever. It's... We can't give away too much of the plot because it is a twisty-turny thing. Suffice to say, Derek Jacobi and Paul McGann are brilliant in it. And indeed,
Both of them
so...
are masterful.
Yep. And...
Yeah.
That was subtle. And the... don't look at me like that. Oh dear. And the supporting cast were very good as well. Supporting cast were really good as well. Like I say, I can't go into any depth because it's so new.
You can't.
And
Yeah.
to go into any depth again, yet another big finish like that, gives away
We
everything.
can't even discuss the plot hole.
Yes, you told me about the plot hole and I've forgotten already. You have to tell me afterwards. Anyway, well,
you could do the plot hole because that's
We
not-
could discuss the plot hole. Well, okay, so you have
Be
the
careful.
War Master
yep.
meeting the
Ah,
Number
yes,
8.
the plot. Yes, now, yes, that plot hole. Yes.
yes,
How come the 10th Doctor didn't recognise the War Master?
exactly. And this is me driving my truck through that one.
Yeah. So the question is, has Big Finish answered this, or will they? They see the threads that bind the universe together and mend
Or
them
do
when
they
they
even
break.
care?
'cause they have met before.
Oh, they
They've met
care.
before.
They take a lot of trouble with that sort of thing, especially with all the dancing around with River Song. So, yeah, they're careful. So, anyway, Eddie, you went. Who went first last time? Eddie did. Brian,
That's all
Brian,
first.
God, do talking and try and make some sort of
Do
sense out
talking
of
and
nothing
try
we can
not
talk
to-
about.
I'll try not to, divulge the plot.
Cheer up, Eddie.
Okay, so the first episode, it's a heist,
I said that.
and the Master is planning it. Or, I'm sorry, the Master is planning it.
At the
I'm
no,
just saying the Master
no,
is planning it.
none of the finger puppetry.
None of the figure puppetry.
We don't want to give anything away, even though we probably
Master-
already have.
Derek Jacobi's character is planning a heist. There, Derek Jacobi's character is planning a heist.
He got
And
there
he
for the
pulled
attempt.
in several
Jacoby,
other
Jacoby.
people along with him. True to form,
You are
being the
terrible
master-
with spoilers. You
true to
really
form
are.
being- they are morally ambiguous people. There is some drama with the Master's past deeds affecting some of them. But yeah, and that comes to a head, predictably. Number 2 is kind of the finding out more about what the Master has done. You get the Scaramancer, and you find out exactly what the hell a Scaramancer is. And you find out that he too has wronged a Scaramancer.
Well, yeah, and it was quite horrific what he did.
That's horrific.
I mean, what was
Yeah.
it? The Fourth Doctor said about him? He delayed an execution to pick the wings off a fly.
Mm-hmm. The third, okay, it's a little predictable. It is very Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, very much.
I
so.
kind of liked it though because it was Frankenstein. You know.
Yeah. It's alive.
This is
it's
where
alive,
we
it's alive.
we get a his not mentor but someone he's patterned himself after.
Yes, an ancient Time Lord Cardinal, something like that. He was a bit of a nutter, and
Yeah.
the Master sort of looked at him and admired him. But he was
We
long
get that,
dead.
and we get to meet that person briefly.
We do indeed.
We also get to see hybrids between Gallifreyan and human.
Hybrids, did you say?
Hybrids!
Oh my God, no!
This should shake the foundations of everything. No, it doesn't. Not at all. So then we wrap things up. And it all comes together in once the big reveal is done in later episode or earlier episode, you kind of see where this one's going, that it would happen more to people. I do want to see what would happen more with the bird, though. I kind of like the bird, the whole idea.
I got
She
a horrible,
gave him the bird. I mean, come on.
I have a horrible
Perfect.
feeling it got thrown out of a window, didn't it?
It did, but it could fly.
No, it's a flightless
Bird.
bird.
Oops.
He's even got the beard for it. That's all I'm saying.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So, did we enjoy it?
Awesome, a cracker. I
It
really
was
enjoyed it.
great. It was fantastic. I loved it. I was playing video games all the time listening to it. It was fantastic.
Yeah. No. Warmaster, Heart of Darkness. Big thumbs up from us. Listen to it in order. Okay. Oh, we're buzzing through this tonight. This is quite good. We had some good stuff to look at. Well, apart from Ark of Infinity. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Moving on to the Tomorrow People.
Yay! Dun, 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 dun,
The first story of Series 3, and they've had a budget increase.
You could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much
You
so.
can definitely see it.
And suddenly it stopped really being for kids. It's slightly older kids rather than... We had none of the silly running around and this, that, and the
More
other.
of the tween, early teen
Yeah.
variety.
I know we've still got a Man for Emily to come, possibly. I might ban it.
2 episodes down.
I might ban it. That's all I'm going to say. We could save it. I mean, this is our 50th show. Yay! We could save it for
We
the
could do a
100th.
live watch through of Man for Emily right now.
No. We tell you what. We'll do it on the 100th show. All right. By which time we'll all have forgotten.
Pen and black pen. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't need that memory anymore.
Basically, there's another Tomorrow person breaking out. Young
Tizel.
young gypsy boy called Tyzo Boswell. And
He's supposed to be the edgy one now.
yes, basically, Stephen's growing up, so they need another young kid wearing underpants. I'm sorry, I am suspicious of that show.
There is that.
There's
element
nothing
that
to be
undertone
sorry
there.
about. It's pretty blatant.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the government get involved, or the black ops sides of the government. And
The very nice people who like to train dolphins to stick mines on boats and stuff.
yeah, that sort of thing. And this particular department is about extra sensory perception and telekinesis and this, that, and the other. In command is Colonel Masters, fresh from Farrell Plastics, played by Mr. Lucas, Trevor Bannister.
Trevor Bannister.
Yep, from Are You Being Served, playing it dead straight.
And doing a grand job. I mean,
In fact,
it's-
everybody plays it straight in this.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's like this huge leap in quality as a result. I mean, people say the blue and the green is probably the best. It's got a very good message in it, but I think this still beats it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Chris
yeah,
arrives for this one. Chris actually arrives. It was like, well done, Chris.
It's and there's law, possible future law being set up there as well.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the last of Colonel Masters or Tricia, or indeed somebody else, and we've got that to look forward to. More quickly if we miss a Man for Emily.
Let's speed on then. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Trisha,
Emily can wait.
a failed Tomorrow person.
She's lucky to be alive.
She is. She got into telepathic contact with Liz. And
Who's
as
still
Liz
bloody
said-
brilliant.
Oh, she's fantastic. And I love, it's like sticking your finger in a light socket. You can't handle it. I think I can. Oh, really? Boom.
Boom.
That was amazing.
And she's still the heart of the group as well.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
And to a certain extent, the brains.
And I love the whole thing around the little persona of the telephone cleaning woman, and it's like people expectations of her, and just uses that and turns it on its head and exploits them. It's just she's just well written. Just a
Plus,
great
on top
character
of
and great
that,
letter.
who pays attention to the cleaners?
Exactly. And she knew that. and she's
Yep.
smart enough to know that.
Yeah.
Forget John; she's the leader.
So basically,
She has the plan.
what we've got is a tug of war between the Tomorrow People and initially Tyzo with Colonel Masters. Colonel Masters against the Tomorrow People with Tyzo in the middle. Tug of war, Tyzo. He wasn't available as a bendy, stretchy toy in the 70s. I probably thought of it though.
Stretch Armstrong.
But
Roger Price definitely thought of it.
yeah, we haven't got to the bubble skin jumpsuits yet. And
They're coming.
I know. But this is just a great story. It's not hugely fast, but it makes use of its time well, rather than the padding of having a silly comedy chase or this, that, or the other. Everything is directed at the plot. Yeah. Secret Weapon, this one's called, and it's a damn good one. I'll go to Eddie next, if I may, please, and then we'll come to the expert.
So it's a great story. Again, introduction of Tyzo, and we're getting an edgier character that kind of brought back into Tomorrow People, which we lost when Kenny left. The whole thing around Trish I quite like, because it's the whole premise of there's other people there that could potentially have been Tomorrow People, but they kind of missed the window, or maybe they can to actually break out. So off the back of that, we've got people that whose potential hasn't been achieved, and that again, my memory's foggy in terms of later episodes. So I'm hoping that she's going to be in it a little bit more, and that has exploded. We've got the whole dichotomy now. There's a secret organisation that now know that the Tomorrow People exist and want to exploit them for their own ends. And then it was the whole thing with the Russian doll and coming back. Was it a microfilm or something that they were trying to break out?
No, it was a little thing that could control thoughts.
There you go. So it was so already this Colonel Masters played brilliantly by Trevor Bannister, who I've only ever known as the mischievous Mr. Lucas out of Are You Being Served, and he plays it great. I mean, yeah, he just straight as a die.
Which is how you need to play that sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know?
Queen
it's
and
a kid's show, and
Country
it's
guy.
I mean, this is treated like purely adult. Elizabeth is just the best thing. She is the Tomorrow People. She's the best thing in it. She's just smart, intelligent, actually uses logic, and like you said, is the emotional centre and the heart of the Tomorrow People. She's the one that keeps them centred. And John in this one is just, he's not thinking logically, and you can give him a bye because his team, his friends are at risk, and he feels powerless to do it. And he's going to charge in there and just, what's the first sign of madness? Is what you're thinking, doing the same thing will give different results. Chris comes in, and Chris then discusses them. Maybe you need to think about this
A
differently.
really important point to be made.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on your special powers.
Yep. You've tried that and it hasn't worked. They know they're there now and they're expecting you to use them. So the whole little plan, and it was a nice wee scene as well. I mean, it looked really well done. Where they're chasing the
The
Prime
lab
Minister.
is darker as well.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was wondering that. It's the Windows and electronic payment strike, but you can see it. It's just there's more on screen.
Yeah.
I like the comment around the budget. You can actually see that the whole thing with bringing the Prime Minister in and having a logical, grown-up conversation with him to explain the situation, and he gets Masters to, give them back.
Yeah.
It's just really it's cleverly written. So yeah, I like the Tomorrow People. There's elements that are of its time, but this one is it's you can see it turning a corner.
Yeah.
And if there's more stories like this,
This is the
my
Tomorrow
boy-
People that grabbed me.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
what-
a thing on the Facebook page. If the Tomorrow People were going to go on a picnic, who'd make the sandwiches? And you're not allowed. You got to make them properly. All right, you can't get Tim to beam them in or anything else like that. Who'd make the sandwiches
Stephen,
out of all the Tomorrow
Because
People? Well, the ones that you know of.
Stephen.
Liz would have Mike make them.
I say Carol would insist on making them. She'd get very excited about going on a picnic.
She would.
I was going to say Stephen because John would just make him do it.
Yes, he
because that's
would.
what's there.
Hands on hips. Now, come along, Stephen.
You do it. Yep.
Come on, Stephen, make some sandwiches.
Character building. Make a sandwich.
No mayo.
Yeah.
Brian, tell us.
I love this episode. This
It's the
is
best
one-
we've seen so far.
This is one of the highlights from 10-year-old Brian's memory. The whole government being out to get them, it actually hits the prophecy that they did in the first couple seasons of people wanting to exploit them. And it shows what could happen and who would want to do that.
Yep.
It actually throws some real fear of, oh my God, they just shot some people. I don't want to say who, but they get shot.
Suddenly it becomes
Doesn't
real.
Go off in kids' shows. I mean, these are submachine guns.
This is Britain in the 70s, love. They did.
Okay.
But
Alright.
even they're threatening to conduct vivisection on young boys. This is pretty dark as well in places.
It is. It is.
A live dissection. Come on. And they have them. They keep them in a medically induced coma.
Coma.
That if they don't get the antidote, they will die. Plus, you get to see, real Tim.
No, we don't. Not yet.
No, Tim's the guy he's patterned after.
No, not yet. Not in this story, we don't.
Doesn't he do the whole?
No, I think we've got Tickno to come in the next story. And possibly Timus.
Yeah, that Techno wasn't in this one.
Okay, I'm confusing the two then.
Don't worry, I'm
Because
about to
there's-
confuse life on Mars.
Oh, Jesus. This is your revenge. You shouldn't do the whole bad Doctor Who stories. This is the revenge.
No, you've only got a
you're
couple more
supposed to be the
episodes
expert on
left.
The Tomorrow People. So this was the start of the new season. So new season, bigger budget, and
Blue
the whole
pants.
new premise now is we're not secret anymore.
No.
And there's that threat. It was great. I mean, that's just.
Yeah.
Where's that going to take us?
So, the Tomorrow People, Deadly Weapon. We wholeheartedly recommend it, though I would advise watching some earlier Tomorrow People beforehand, because it'll put it a bit
Okay.
more into context.
Yeah.
Not just who they are, but their world, how they are fearful of being discovered and whatever. Right then.
If you want to start, you're going to start for the. If you want to cut corners, start for the blue and the green though, because that's Elizabeth's debut. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue and the green, then this. You're fine.
I would suggest. I would suggest the
time
first
travel
story.
thing, go with that. I mean, give the Rift
It's
in
got
Time
different.
thing, go.
Yeah, it does have, doesn't it? It does have little things, little threads within it that you can follow. For example,
Yeah.
What's it? That stupid one with the space captain going through time.
Oh yeah.
I think it was the
Jedediah's
second.
return
Revenge of
thing,
Jedediah.
No,
was
not
it
the Revenge of
Revenge?
Jedediah.
No, that's coming up. That's after A Man for Emily.
Yeah. It's a semi-sequel to.
The
it's a
Medusa strain.
Medusa
Medusa Strain,
that's
that
it.
was it, yes. I'd certainly watch the first story.
You can skip Doomsday.
If you like Gladiator movies, there's other earlier episodes that are right up your street. But if not, just
Do you like men wrestling, Tommy?
You ever been in a Turkish prison, Peter?
Anyway. Oh, talking about that, I've been ODing on Big Finish this week. I really hit it hard. And listened to the second time Lord Victorious one, which is bloody brilliant. I really recommend that. I also listened to some of the Peter Davison stuff. Listened to Wicked Sisters, which is it's good. And I listened to Shadow of the Daleks parts 1 and 2. Basically 8 plays, 8.5-hour plays, and I never expected Peter Davison to deadpan not one but 2 airplane lines. Leslie Nielsen airplane lines at that. We had a well, it is, and don't call me and the other one was, I just want to say good luck, we're all counting on you. And it's just sort of sitting there. Did I heard that right, didn't I?
Back that up.
Oh, man. So, like I say, I've been hitting Big Finish quite hard. I don't know what we're going to do next with Big Finish. I'm not sure what's coming out next. I think possibly Genetics of the Daleks.
See if it doesn't come out, why don't we look at the first episode of the new Daleks animation thing? I've not watched it yet. Have you seen it?
Haven't seen it at
It's
all.
not really enough to have a long talk about, though, to be fair.
We could have a half-hour talk about.
What was I going to say? I was actually going to suggest, it connected sort of, anyway. Big Finish have gotten off of Dalek Empire, the first Dalek Empire.
I think I've already watched some of them, so
Do you fancy doing that?
yeah.
Sure.
It's a throwback to the past, but they're probably the sale finishes at midnight tonight, unfortunately. But they are very definitely worth a listen. And like I say, to a certain extent, it ties in with Daleks, even though it's not Time Lord Victorious, but it's the Dalek Empire. It's,
I've definitely got some of them.
I'm pretty sure I got all of them, but I've discovered the joys of the Big Finish app. That's why I've been ODing on Big Finish. And it's been quite pleasant, if I'm honest with you. Give me a slightly better appreciation for Davison's Doctor on Big Finish now. Because I've always found to be the weakest one in audio. They haven't done too much with him, and at the same time, he just seems grumpier than he used to. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, if your grandson's favorite doctor isn't you, I mean, come on. I'd be grumpy too.
A bit gutting, let's be
Ouch.
honest with you. Right, hang on. I've got to see if I get this right. Someone has been shot. They're lying in their shop, and it's somebody was running away around the back. It can only be a job for Manchester CID. And yeah, heroin is involved, as are foreign people from a different clime. I believe it was Bangladesh, wasn't it?
Pakistani.
You sure?
I think so.
Ugandan, was it not? They were Ugandan refugees.
Okay, so we're doing really well on the racial issue here then, aren't we?
I'm sure it's Ugandan. Ugandan Indian community.
Apologies. That's just us not remembering. The and it's a tie-up between Sam trying to say, look, it's not anything to do with race. It's not because they are who they are. And Jean basically saying the exact opposite. The one thing we do discover is Jean has a hatred of drugs, brought about by personal experience with his brother. That I thought was a touching moment. It's Gene Hunt opening up slightly.
It's touching and funny at the same time. Though, the point where he's saying that he's slugging down a whiskey. It's like,
yeah. Come on then, Brian. Let's get it over and done with.
Okay.
Come on, Brian. You liked this one, didn't you? You liked it.
No, I didn't care about it. The only part I did
Bless
like
your
was
optimism.
meeting Maya's mom.
Yes. Maya being Sam's girlfriend, who unfortunately is saying goodbye.
Who's currently his ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
Couldn't wait, basically.
Well, you gotta get... You don't know if Sam's gonna ever wake up.
We don't know if Sam's in a coma.
Oh my god, wait. It's Sam. Dr. Sam Beckett never returned.
Oh, that was so sad.
He's figured it out.
I figured out the whole deal.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need to watch anymore. You've sorted it out.
Thank God it's over.
Right. Okay, so is he mad, back in time, in a coma, or have you even started
I'm
to
still
care?
going with in a coma and back in time.
Okay. I think when we say back in time, it means he's physically
Okay.
time traveled.
No. Okay. I'm still going with the somewhere in time theory of time travel. where Christopher Reeve hypnotizes himself to mentally travel back to 1920 whatever to shag Jane Seymour, which really I can't blame him. Yeah, it's all mental. He went back in time.
Okay.
He's in a coma, but he's projecting himself back in time.
Okay, that's interesting. Remember that theory. All right.
He
I am not
almost
going to
got
say
his girlfriend's mom.
Yeah.
It's close.
I'm not going to say whether you're right or wrong. Okay, because this is a long player. We've got two episodes of Life on Mars left, but the story doesn't end there.
All I can say is I'm sure he's glad now that he didn't sleep with Maya's mom, because that could
Layla.
possibly make him Maya's dad, which would have,
That would be
there's
an
all
interesting
sorts of
spin.
different porn sites on that. I'm
No.
just not even.
No. It's 70s. Maya was too young for that.
Maya was conceived in that.
No, she wasn't. No. I think we're talking 80s.
Oh, I'm remembering this episode perfectly.
Yeah,
Maya's
'cause
mom finds out
gonna
she's
have-
pregnant and has an ultrasound, the 17th in
You're
England.
quite right. You are quite right.
Because
And
Sam was
in
going
her
to
belly
talk
is
about an
Maya.
abortion.
So, obviously, something stuck.
Pardon?
Something stuck in Brian's head.
Oh, I remember it
Oh,
all
yeah, you can.
perfectly.
Do you
It's
get
the whole-
nightmares?
It's the whole trauma makes you remember everything.
Right.
And afterward, after Maya finally breaks up with him and Annie are now free to be shipped.
That's true.
Absolutely, and credit to the producers, because Maya's mom was going by the name Layla, even though it's not a real name, and they avoided playing that horrible Eric Clapton song, which I hate. They didn't play it, so fair play, and
Yeah.
Rocket Man's a classic.
They played
That was a
Rocket
good-
Man the entire episode.
Yeah, should have been
Even
the
when they're
Shatner
getting
version.
drunk in the hospital.
Should have been the Shatner version. Or the Stewie version.
Dewey version would have been better.
That was one hell of a piss take. Eddie!
This
Cheer me
one-
up by saying you enjoyed it.
Oh, of course.
Good.
Again, it's a one for me that I struggle with as well, though, because some of the language it's used, which and Gene uses it, and Ray is just Ray is a horse's arse. There's no redeemable qualities.
I
for
thought
Ray.
Ray actually shot the guy. He was the first on the scene.
That was Chris,
Yeah.
who basically
No,
probably...
Ray was the first on the scene. He chased the guy out the
At
back.
the very start, you're talking about when Deepak was shot at the very
Yeah.
start.
Ray was
Yeah.
the first one there.
He's just a racist twit, and it's the whole
Yeah.
thing around his incompetence and his lack of bloody caring, even if the guy was alive or not when he was still alive. It's just again, in the language that's used during this, fair play to them, very brave, because that's the language that was used at the time, and that it was at the time it was wrong. It's wrong now, but they're the kind of truth. It's that's the bit there that I kind of struggle with this one, but I like the whole premise that Maya, Sam's responsible for saving his girlfriend's life in the past, because her mother was considering an abortion, whilst at the same time she's not prepared to wait any longer. You're in a coma. I don't know if you're going to come out of this. Show me a sign. Oh no, you've no sign there. Bye bye. So good, fair play to him. Sam, meet Annie. Annie meets Sam. Go away, be happily ever after. Maya, bye bye.
Yep. I'm with you on that.
I loved when Sam stood up to Gene about it, going, "Yeah, I dated one. What, you dated? Yeah, I loved her." Boom.
You're
I
great,
honestly-
brilliant. Jesse.
I honestly would love it if Sam just decked Gene right about then. Totally within his rights. Probably would have gotten shit canned, but still, Gene had it coming.
Nah, he wouldn't have got shit canned. I think Gene expects it.
there's some strange things in this episode as well. The whole thing with the two skinheads. And
Yes.
the skinheads.
Yeah.
So he's chasing them, and ultimately the skinheads are. They're smuggling drugs in, and we can tell you how to do it. And
It seemed like they'd been dropped in for exposition's point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's just so they're flung in there, and then it was the whole thing as well with Toolbox Terry. You know, what a great name for a character. So, is Toolbox Terry supposed to be a vigilante? Gene thinks he's some sort of vigilante like himself. He's got
No,
an
I don't.
absolute-
I don't think so. I think he's actually one of the gang leaders,
right.
and
And was
but
that his
it-
mum who was with as well?
I can't remember.
I don't know if he's mum or sister, but what?
Yeah.
She was a bigger psycho than he was.
Yeah.
But he's a gang leader, and basically because he thought they were selling drugs, he was going to do that, or at least so we think. It obviously isn't as straightforward as that. You have to
No.
watch the rest of the show to find out.
But it shows you there's the kind of similarities between Gene and Sam. So Sam has empathy.
Emperor?
I can't even say it. It's easy for you to say, but he's got I can't even say it. Like he cares a lot, right? So and it was with Maya's mum. He before he even knows that it's Maya's mum, he's sympathetic. He wants to look after her. He's very trusting. Gene's the same way. He's totally like Toolbox Terry will sort this out. He can handle this in a different do all the things I'd love to do, but I can't. And
Yeah.
he'll get the answer to I need, and he'll sort all this out, and he'll get the drugs off the street, and he'll save these junkies that are dying in the streets of Manchester. He's shown an element of it's not stupidity. What's the word I'm looking for? Naivety. It's so that him and Sam have got this naivety when it comes, but it's from two different angles. So, and again, it then becomes he's in the wrong because Toolbox Terry's actually the one that's smuggling the stuff in, and Deepak and his brother Ravi are just actually they're making some money, but they're getting personal belongings out of Uganda and back into the community, and it's and see the touching scene where the woman goes up to Sam.
Yes, to
and it's
bribe
got the
him.
silver platter. I'm going to hand it over. I mean, it's just so well written. It's just so well written.
You're right. I
So-
think it was Uganda.
Yeah, no, that's where they were getting it from. Yeah.
Yeah. But so did we enjoy it? Shut up, Brian.
I enjoyed it, but there was elements of that I found disturbing, and it was just because
It will be
I
interesting
was there in
to
the
see-
70s, and
I enjoyed
they're not
aspects
shirking their
of it.
responsibilities.
We'll go with that. Aspects.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'll live with that. It's going to be interesting to see how they approach such subjects nowadays for the new one.
Yes.
I mean, this is what 10 years ago, something like that.
It's not
And
really got long,
whilst
isn't
it didn't glorify it. It always condemned it.
But we were in the middle
But-
of the lad and ladette culture thing when this was getting
Exactly,
rolled out
as well,
So political
yeah.
correctness
Still
was softened a little
constantly
bit.
want to yell at Sam, though.
Smile, you dopey bugger.
No, you fucking idiot. Chances are some of these people are still alive in the future. You can send them to the hospital. You know where you are.
Ah,
It's not hard.
He doesn't know which
Annie,
hospital.
Go. There's not that many.
Not anymore.
Go to the hospital. I'm laying in a coma. Find Sam Tyler. It's not that.
But I think people know he's there. That's just it. There's more to this than meets the eye, Brian. That's all I'm going to say,
There
mate.
probably
Yes.
is, but I mean,
I'm going to sneeze.
Oh dear God, she sneezed. It was a mighty sneeze.
And the world
Look,
shuddered.
she's visibly stunned.
Oh, another one coming.
Oh,
Another one coming.
oh. Ugh.
Was that a handkerchief-less incident there?
Yes, it was. It caught me by surprise. The trouble, ordinarily, I would have reached the tissue paper, but I had to mute the mic.
Grab
So
a
I
cat.
didn't have enough time.
You got cats. You got
You
a
got a cat
dog.
behind
you'll be
you, just
fine.
get
Oh, dear me. All right, so next week is Tufty the Safety Squirrel. I got that
Yeah.
wrong. The
Oh.
penultimate story of life on Mars. All right. It's a bit mad.
I can hardly wait.
It's a bit mad. That's all I'm going to say. And
Do they kick the shit out of Tufty the safety squirrel in
I
front of
hope
kids?
not. That's a big part of my childhood. I can't do that, Tufty.
Poor Willie Weasel.
I just see Gene and Sam just grabbing Tufty the safety squirrel and beating the ever living shit out of him.
Wait and see. Oh. Remind me to tell you a story from Carousel next week, please.
Is that where your palm disc turns red
Exactly
and
when
you
you
have
hit 30.
to fly up,
when
or
you
if you
hit the sky.
start running, you get hunted down by Michael York?
No, it was a convention in 19...
Nothing from
1990.
Logan's
no
Run?
points for Logan's Run reference at all.
No, because I didn't get it.
The little palm disc turns red.
I
and you have to
I
renew
didn't.
in Carousel. Or
Oddly
else you
enough,
start running.
that's very similar to one of the Peter Davison story, the Wicked Sisters story I listened to. Oh, Logan's Run idea.
Yeah.
It's expounded upon. But no, I didn't get the reference because I haven't seen the film since childhood.
I have it on Blu-ray.
Oh, it's a
I haven't
classic.
seen the series in forever, though.
Oh, yeah, there was a series, wasn't there?
Yeah.
The Sci-Fi Channel showed them. Oh god, this was years ago, and because it only ran for like 6 or 7 episodes, then they cancelled it, didn't they?
No, I mean the old series with the guy from Trapper John MD.
Yeah, and they
That's
had
what
the
we're
kind of
talking about,
robot-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Hang on, wasn't the guy from Trapper John MD not Wayne McIntyre? Was in fact somebody else? Because Wayne
No,
McIntyre
not
plays
the
him in
old guy,
MASH.
the young doctor.
Okay.
The guy from MASH.
Yeah,
No,
Trapper
no.
John MD.
No, that's Wayne Rogers.
Why did I say Wayne McIntyre? I wonder who Wayne McIntyre is now. That's going to bug me, that is. Anyway, yes, so Tufty next week. The Keys of Marinus. Oh, I'm punishing myself here.
Dalek Empire.
And Dalek Empire, yes, which will be...
And what tomorrow people are we doing? Are we skipping a Man for Emily and going to the one after?
No,
they're
we're
on
off on
Britbox.
Worlds Away.
Worlds
Worlds
Away.
Away
We've got some more
before.
law to be
Worlds Away.
introduced.
Yeah, we have exposition from the Federation.
Yes. Yes, indeed we do.
Worlds Away.
Just remember, bonfires, they're not just for marshmallows.
Lorks are lordy, my bottom's on fire, said Joan of Arc. Sorry, it's an old Young Ones joke. I've got to introduce you to the Young Ones somehow, but... Actually, I'm tempted to do it just to see him try and review it.
Are you aware of the Young
no,
Ones
go
work?
away.
Are you aware of the Young Ones work?
Hello, Neddy Bear.
No? No?
Cat,
Young Ones?
no.
The thing is, it'd be interesting to see, A, if the humour translates, but also if humour has developed... Well, obviously humour must have developed over the time since it was shown. So would what we considered to be, oh wow, just be normal, boring stuff for Brian?
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yep.
I mean, we can give some context. We'll have to see what we can find. And also, I'll try and pick the best episode.
This is going to hurt me.
Bambi.
more,
The
isn't
Bambi episode.
But now, again, too much of a British cultural...
I know.
The whole university challenge thing, unfortunately.
Are you aware of the band Motorhead and their work, Brian? Do you
it?
like
Yeah, I know
Motorhead?
Motorhead.
There you go.
Well, only heavy rock music will save us now. Sorry, that was The Damned. Yes, we've got a video.
Don't worry, my amps go up to 11.
When I did Panto Dame years ago, it was a mixture between a Monty Python Pepper Pot and Vivian. And they worried how I was going to keep my voice for the whole thing. Did it? That was a lot of fun. Dear God, if you ever get the chance to do Panto, do Panto. It's just so much fun. It really is. All the rehearsals and the parties. And the parties. There were some
And the
performances, I think. Good times.
Oh, no, there wasn't.
Good times. 1988.
The performance. There had to be.
Yeah, so
Because you have to have the performance before the party.
So you did Panto in 1987, Siobhan?
no, 1988. Christmas
no, you
88 and 89. I do believe you'll find that I did, and yes, he is behind me.
Oh, I was getting ready for that.
I thought you were. Oh, and Bot. Fuck off. There we go. Sorry, we got a
You don't
bot
want
in-
to
bot
become
in chat.
famous?
I don't want to become famous. Good
Can
God,
that be a
Mark, I
thing?
hate it.
Because the Pharaohs Project do Shut Up Phone. Can we do Fuck Off Bot? Can we do that for now on?
What are we doing?
Well, the Pharaohs Project, right? The phone goes or it beeps. They say fuck off. They say shut up phone. Can we say fuck off bot?
But by all means, after 3, 1, 2, 3, fuck off, bot.
Fuck off bot.
And there's the latency of the internet for you. Mind you, the Radiophonic Workshop are doing something this week. I think it's on the 23rd of November.
Do they still exist? Is there still a radiophonic workshop?
They tour.
Wow.
Did you not know this?
No, I thought they were
There's
a thing
loads
of
of
the
Other
clips of-
countries. How can we know this?
There's loads of clips of them playing live. I'll let you have that one. Don't worry. There's loads of
No,
clips of them.
I put it on myself. I just thought there were a department in the bills of the BBC that wasn't required now because probably somebody with
Yeah,
a keyboard.
but people could do that at home. But
Yeah.
what Roger Lim, Paddy Kingsland, Peter Howell, Dick Mills up to a point, and Mark Ayres basically have got together. They started touring.
Brilliant.
And they've released new work as well. And they're doing a piece, I think, like I say, it's on Thursday 23rd. Oh, that reminds me. No, it won't be Thursday the 23rd, whenever the 23rd is. Because the 19th, of course, is Others Tide Eve, my birthday. So what have you got me?
Oh, happy birthday! You have my best wishes and salutations for your birthday.
That's good. I like that. It sounds good in that accent.
Can you ask a lady what her age is on her birthday?
No.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I'll do
I wouldn't
something
even think of
better.
doing it.
I'll free Ben Grimm from hell.
At
There
what
you
cost?
go.
At what cost?
Your soul.
Nope, sorry, that's taken up. Ah, dear.
Why do I want that raggedy old thing?
I'd
So
forgotten
your
that.
birthday, so your birthday's on Thursday then. That's
Yes, it's. Oh, Jesus Christ, it is.
It is. This
That's
Thursday.
crept up on me. But I can't remember what I was saying before I went in there.
What did you buy me?
No, before the birthday thing. That's right, Radiophonic Workshop. And what they're doing is they're using the latency of the internet. And they're basically looping it back to each other and then playing over the top of what the next person's done. And creating music that way, using that latency gap, which what they've done is they've just extended slightly so that it's a measurable gap that they know. And I'm really looking forward. Yeah, I saw them at the Roundhouse. I think that was their first proper gig. I also went to the Generic Sci-Fi Quarry, which is literally that. It was a quarry in the middle of nowhere, and they produced a soundscape, music, and whatever. Generic sci-fi, so generic radiophonic workshop, and they had light shows across the cliff faces.
That sounds amazing.
And not just light shows, but you actually had little scenes made up of, you'd have architecture coming towards you, and it was an absolutely stunning evening. And then that must have triggered something in them, I suppose, and a few years later they started playing live.
I'll need to look that up. Then. I'll Google that.
That's some good stuff. Obviously, there's a Doctor Who section. including their new version.
Oh,
They've
happy
got-
pre-birthday, Radox.
When's Radog's birthday?
Yes, that's true.
First this is.
Oh, yes. Happy pre-birthday to you as well. The oh, looks a lordy. That also the drummer from the Prodigy is their drummer.
All right.
There you go. Little factlet.
See, we usually have TSO touring around here this time of year.
TSO, please.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
You know Eddie wants to tour Scotland, don't you? Portsmouth
I want to do
Symphonia.
Oh, please get them back together.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
I
going.
want to see the live show. I'll have the lighter up.
It's just so joyous.
You know what I've got planned for my funeral. just to fuck you up in front of all my relatives and.
So, one, you're assuming that I don't go first. So, can I just say, right? If I do go first, I'm taking it for. I'm going with that as well. So, right. Remember,
I didn't expect that to backfire. I've got to remember.
I'm the man that lives in Fry-Ups and's probably got more cholesterol in my vein than I've got blood.
Okay.
I can't die.
Do not test 2020.
No, I suffer
Oh, no,
too much.
no.
If I die, the game's over.
I'm stealing that, Siobhan. I'm having that as well. I'm going to get that put into my will. It's like I went brought into the Portsmouth.
We'll make sure
Symphony.
As the
no.
casket goes slowly in. Also sprang Zarathustra by the Portsmouth Symphonium. I'm sorry, that has to be. Yeah, that's it. I've got to do that.
Yeah.
Because it would sum up my life brilliantly. It's
I
an
just want
absolute
all my
classic,
college
just
friends-
played so very badly.
I just want all my college friends that I had classes with to lower me into the ground so they can let me down one more time.
Oh, there's bitterness there, I think.
Well, since we're going this really dark place, on my gravestone, I'm going to have he played all the right notes, not necessarily in the right order.
In the right order.
I'll give you that. That's.
I'm stealing John Barrowman's one. BRB.
BRB.
If anybody would. Right, hang on. We've got to do going away. We're nearly at an hour and a half. I know.
My dinner's not ready for another 30 minutes. We're fine.
Oh, good. That's nice. Blade closing. I think you better say goodbye.
Goodbye.
There you see, that's a lot more simple, isn't it? It doesn't go wrong that way. Bye-bye. There it is. Hooray! Only a slight delay.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Bye, Radox.